I lied to my son, saying I was going to the doctor, but instead, I quietly hid a camera in my office. My neighbor said, "Watch the recording at noon, and you'll understand everything." At noon, I watched the recording and fainted. What I saw broke my heart. Before we continue, please subscribe to the channel and let us know where you were listening in the comments. 3-day-old spaghetti scraped off a plate. I stood at the kitchen sink, staring at nothing, while water ran over my hands. February in Tempe meant warm evenings and empty houses. Mine had been empty for 6 years. Movement at the fence, Walter King waving with that cop intensity he never lost. Something in his posture made me shut off the water. I dried my hands and headed out back. The porch creaked under my feet. "Orv, got a minute?" "Always got time for you, Walt." "Listen, don't take this wrong. Your boy Kyle and that wife of his. They've been coming by when you're out." My stomach dropped. "They've got a key. 3 times last week, always when your car's gone. 20-30 minutes, then they leave." "You keeping tabs on my house?" "I'm keeping tabs on my friend. Maybe it's nothing, but I think you should put a camera in your office, that little one from your collection." I laughed. It came out hollow. "Walt, come on, Kyle's my son." "Yeah, that's what worries me." Walter stayed serious. "Tell him you're going to the doctor tomorrow. Watch what happens at noon." That night I dug through my spare bedroom closet. Boxes labeled "surveillance equipment, obsolete," stacked to the ceiling. 35 years of insurance fraud investigation. My closet looked like a Cold War museum at a Radio Shack clearance sale. Found it behind old cassette recorders. The Wi-Fi camera, still in eBay packaging from 2015. Tiny thing. Looked like a USB charger. Dust thick enough to write my name in. I tested it. Connected second try. Image came through clear. Audio too. Still worked. I never bought cheap equipment. Morning. Too much sunlight. Not enough sleep. 7:30 and Kyle called. "Hey Dad, just checking in. You got any plans today?" I decided. "Got a cardiology appointment. 10:30. Oh, good, Dad. That's good. You should definitely go." His voice jumped half an octave. Too enthusiastic. My hand tightened around the coffee mug. "I go every 6 months, Kyle." Right. So you'll be back around 1? "Probably. Why?" "No reason. Might swing by later, see how it went." He hung up fast. I stared at my phone, set the mug down carefully. Coffee sloshed over anyway. Walter arrived at 9:15 with a stepladder. "You ready for this?" "No, do it anyway." We worked in silence. Walter climbed while I handed him the camera. He positioned it behind my law textbooks from 1987. "Behind these books you never read." I read them once. "Angle it down 15 degrees. There, your desk, the cabinet, the door, perfect coverage." The camera disappeared behind the books. You'd have to know it was there. "You sure about this? Once you see?" "Then I'll know. Better than wondering." "Sometimes wondering's easier." I looked at the hidden camera. Not for me. 35 years I caught people lying, faking injuries, forging signatures. I'm good at spotting liars, Walt. Even when it's your own kid. Outside, a car door slammed. We tensed. Just Walter's wife leaving. Especially then. 11:45, Walter's kitchen, old coffee and uncertainty. 20 minutes at his table, laptop open, saying nothing. My leg bounced. "Want more coffee?" "I've had 4 cups. Any more and I'll vibrate through the chair." "Bourbon?" "It's not even noon." Walter poured bourbon in both our coffees anyway. I didn't refuse. The clock ticked. 11:50. 11:55. "What if you're wrong?" "You don't have plants." "It's an example." "It's 11:58. The laptop screen waited. Black. My finger hovered over the touchpad. "You ready?" "No." "Open it anyway." I clicked. Screen flickered. My office appeared. Empty desk, closed cabinet, sun through blinds making stripes, 1 minute of nothing. Then the door opened. Kyle walked in. Slacks, button down, the tie I'd bought him. He looked around like he owned the place. Roxana followed. Yoga pants, designer top that cost more than my first car. She closed the door, locked it. The click carried through the speakers. Walter's hand landed on my shoulder. On screen, Roxana checked her watch. Lips moved. The camera had audio. My hand fumbled for volume, turned it up. Her voice came through tinny but clear. "Hurry up." We've only got an hour before the old man gets back. The old man. My finger froze. Coffee sat forgotten, cooling. On screen, Kyle moved to my file cabinet, pulled open the second drawer. No hesitation. He knew where to look. He'd done this before. Kyle pulled out a manila folder, the deed to my house. The house I'd signed over 3 years ago for estate planning, for taxes. He opened it on my desk. Roxana leaned over his shoulder, started talking numbers, her voice sharp, efficient. The realtor said $850,000. It'll sell within a month. Kyle's shoulders hunched. That's Dad's house. It's your house. Has been for 3 years. He signed it over, remember? For estate planning. He still lives here. Not for long, he doesn't. My elbow jerked, coffee mug tipped, dark liquid spread across Walter's table. Neither of us moved to clean it. Walter pushed the laptop away from the puddle. We kept watching. On screen, Roxana's voice continued, sharp. The realtor said $850,000. It'll sell within a month. And then what? Then we pay Gordon his $180, clear your credit cards, $45, and we're left with $625,000 clean. Kyle's voice dropped. Where would Dad even go? Roxana laughed. There's a place in Mesa, real cheap, $1,200 a month. Medicaid covers it. Mesa. I'd lived in Tempe 40 years. Mesa was where you went when you gave up, or when your daughter-in-law decided you had. Mesa, it's fine. Old people everywhere. He'll make friends. He's my father. He's 68. He had 68 years to make money. We don't have that kind of time. But nothing. Gordon wants his money by June or... Roxana pulled out her phone, showed Kyle the screen. Camera angle wrong to see it, but Kyle's face told everything. He staggered back. Jesus, did he do that? What do you think? We're $180,000 in the hole, and he's not asking nicely. My hand grabbed my phone, opened the voice recorder, pressed record, held it near the laptop speaker. Evidence. On screen, Roxana put her phone away. The power of attorney. We'll need it Thursday. I've got the power of attorney he signed. That you forged 3 weeks ago, you mean? Her voice cut sharp. Let's be clear. The room tilted. Walter's grip on my shoulder tightened, kept me in the chair. 3 weeks ago, my own signature. Yeah, I forged it. Good. The realtor's coming Thursday. We'll need that POA to list the property. What if he finds out? He won't. He barely checks his mail. By the time he figures it out, house will be in escrow. At 12:25, something clicked in my brain. The thing that used to click catching frauds. The investigator pushed the father aside and said, "Shut up, I'm working." I opened Notes app, started typing with shaking fingers. 12:25, R mentions forged POA. K admits knowledge, conspiracy to commit fraud, ARS 13-2310, elder financial abuse, ARS Phyretheix 456, forgery, class 4. Walter watched me type, said nothing, just kept his hand there while I documented my son's crimes. On screen, Kyle and Roxana spread papers across my desk. Bank statements, Medicare card, my life laid out like a poker hand. Roxana's finger tapped each one. Savings shows $120,000. Can't touch that until after sale. But house equity, that's ours at closing. The realtor Thursday. She won't care. We have the deed. We'll have the POA. Far as she knows, you're acting with full consent. They left at 12:28, door closing, empty office on screen. I stared at that empty room, file cabinet hanging open an inch, papers not quite aligned, desk chair pushed back wrong, amateur. I clicked, save recording. Closed laptop gently, looked at Walter. Orv, I heard it. I know. My own son. Silence. Clock ticked, coffee puddle congealed. What are you going to do? My voice changed, went cold. Treat this like any other fraud case, gather evidence, document everything, build an airtight case. Then what? Then I make them wish they'd never heard of Gordon, or power of attorneys, or $850,000. You got a plan? 35 years catching liars and cheats. I know exactly how to destroy a fraud scheme, every legal way to do it. Legal being key? Cold smile crossed my face. I spent my career putting people in jail for fraud. Why risk mine doing anything illegal? Because it's your son? No, because I'm better than that. Better than him. Walter studied me, finally nodded. You'll need help. Legal help. I need copies first. That video. Need to get into my file cabinet before they do something stupid. They've got keys. I'll change locks tomorrow morning. Tell them I'm having the place fumigated. Keeps them out a few days. And Thursday's realtor meeting? Won't happen. Can't list property if the owner changes the deed back. Can you do that? You signed it over 3 years ago. Under false pretenses. For estate planning, Kyle said. Not so he could sell it. Any decent lawyer will tear that transfer apart. You got a lawyer? Curtis Bell, real estate lawyer. Handles property disputes. I worked with him on a fraud case in 2012. He's good, mean, hates liars. When? Tomorrow, first thing. I paused. Walt, thanks for the warning. 30 years I wore a badge, saw bad things. But family going after family? Always the worst. They're not family anymore. Don't say that yet. I stood, picked up the laptop. The coffee puddle had stopped spreading, dark, permanent. Watch me. I headed for the door, stopped, hand on knob. You heading home? Not yet. Need to make a list. Everything I heard, every document they touched, every law they broke. They broke a lot. Arizona revised statutes. Title 13, Chapter 23, forgery. Class 4, felony. 3.75 years if convicted. Numbers came automatically. 20 years memorizing statutes. Then fraud, conspiracy, elder financial abuse. Walter stood, walked over. Before you go full prosecutor, that's still your son. My son forged my signature 3 weeks ago. I opened the door. February sun hit my face. Warm. Nice day to watch your family implode on camera. You know the conviction rate for document forgery with video evidence of the perpetrator admitting it? No. Neither do I, but I'm guessing it's high. I stepped onto the porch. Sun too bright, everything too sharp. Curtis Bell. Want me to call him? I paused. No, I'll call him tonight, after I've made my list. You sound like you're running an operation. I am. I descended the steps, crossed toward my house. I'm going to take apart their whole plan, piece by piece. They're going to help me do it. The house stood there, my house. The one Kyle wanted to sell for $850,000. The one with the office where a camera still recorded, still watched, still gathered evidence. I walked up my driveway, put my hand on my front door. 3 weeks ago, Kyle forged my signature. Today I recorded him admitting it. Tomorrow, I'd call Curtis Bell. Thursday, when that realtor showed up, she'd find a very different situation than Roxana expected. I opened my front door, stepped inside. The house was quiet, empty. Mine. For now, they thought they were winning. Thought the old man didn't know, didn't suspect, would just shuffle off to Mesa when they told him to. They thought wrong. I had video, audio, documentation, 35 years of experience, and a very good lawyer's phone number. Kyle and Roxana had a forged power of attorney and a Thursday deadline. We'd see who won this one. I walked through my front door carrying Walter's laptop like it held the nuclear codes. In a way, it did. 27 minutes of video. Kyle admitting the forgery. Roxana planning my future in Mesa. The house felt different, colder. Or maybe I was the one who'd gone cold. 3 days. I gave myself 3 days to do this right. Friday afternoon through Sunday. No calls to Kyle, no emotional decisions, just work. The kind of work I'd done for 35 years. I started with the file cabinet, photographed everything with my phone. The forged power of attorney. Kyle's signature looked like mine. I had to give him that. Shaky in places, but close. Bank statements. The deed showing transfer from 2022, medical records, every document photographed from 3 angles. Insurance investigator habit. Multiple shots meant evidence held up in court. Saturday morning I drove to Kinko's on University Drive. The kid behind the counter couldn't have been 21. Nose ring, band t-shirt. He watched me feed documents through the scanner. Big project? You could say that. Need them in color? That's extra. Black and white's fine. Just need them clear. He leaned against the counter. Lawyer stuff? I looked at him. He shrugged. My parents went through a nasty divorce. Documents everywhere. This isn't a divorce. Oh, well, whatever it is, those copies are crisp. Good scanner. I paid cash. $47. put the copies in a manila envelope and drove to Chase Bank on Mill Avenue. Rented a safe deposit box, $200 a year, worth it for peace of mind. By Sunday afternoon, I had everything organized. Spreadsheet on my laptop, dates, amounts, timestamps from the video, folder labeled Case File Griffin Family Fraud, professional, clean, exactly like the hundreds of fraud cases I'd worked. Except this time, the suspect was my son. 7:30. Sunday evening, I sat in my living room, TV on, some game show, but I wasn't watching. The family photo on the mantle kept pulling my eyes. Kyle at 12, smiling, arm around me at the Grand Canyon. Margaret took that photo, said we looked like twins. I picked up my phone, stared at it. Professionals don't call suspects. Investigators don't tip their hand, but fathers. I dialed before I could stop myself. 3 rings. Kyle answered. Dad, everything okay? Yeah, fine, I was thinking. About what? The house, the deed. Remember when we transferred it to your name? Pause. His voice changed. Yeah, 3 years ago. For estate planning. Right, estate planning. I've been thinking maybe I should talk to a lawyer, make sure everything's proper, legal. Why? Too fast, too defensive. What? Why would you need a lawyer, Dad? Everything's legal. You signed it. You remember signing it, right? I remember. Just seems like something I should... Who is it? Roxana's voice. Background, distant. It's Dad. Kyle, away from phone. What does he want? Sharper, closer. Dad, look, everything's fine. You don't need a lawyer. That's just wasting money. You trust me, right? The question hung there. You trust me, right? Yeah, I trust you. Okay then. Hey, I gotta go. Roxana needs... We're in the middle of something. Sure, sorry to interrupt. No, you didn't interrupt. Just, busy. I'll call you tomorrow, okay? Okay. He hung up. Fast. I sat there holding my phone, stared at the black screen, then at the family photo, then back at the phone. Too fast, Kyle, I said to the empty room. Way too fast. I'd just tipped them off. After 3 days of perfect investigator work, I'd called like a worried father and blown everything. Stupid. 35 years and I just warned the suspects like a rookie. 11:45, Sunday night. I lay in bed staring at the ceiling. Sleep felt impossible. My phone sat on the nightstand, screen bright in the dark room. Camera app. I'd installed it to monitor the feed remotely. Habit made me check. Office light was on. I jolted upright, grabbed the phone, opened the app, feed loaded slowly. Then my office appeared on screen. Kyle stood at my file cabinet, Roxana behind him, papers everywhere. It was almost midnight, on a Sunday. I fumbled for Walter's laptop, nearly dropped it. Password, fingers shaking. The feed loaded larger. Audio came through. Roxana's voice, sharp. He knows something, or he suspects. He just asked about the deed. Maybe nothing. He's asking about lawyers. Lawyers, Kyle. Why would he ask about lawyers if he wasn't suspicious? Maybe for estate planning, like we told him. 3 years later, suddenly, the day after we were in his office. Pause. Oh my God, you don't think he... What? Nothing. Just, we need to move faster. We can't wait until Thursday. Kyle paced behind her, running hands through hair. The realtor's scheduled for... Call him tonight. No, tomorrow morning, first thing. We need to list this house tomorrow. That's really fast. What if Dad... What? Stops us? With what? He signed over the deed. Legally, it's your house. The power of attorney you have, that I forged, gives you authority to act. We list it. We sell it. Fast sale, cash buyer, 30-day close. Done. This feels wrong. Moving this fast feels... You know what feels wrong? Gordon's guy following me to Target today. Took pictures of me. Pictures, Kyle, with his phone. Then texted them to me with tick-tock. That's what feels wrong. Jesus! We're out of time. We do this now or Gordon does something worse. I watch them tear through my files, my life, my documents, moving with panic, with fear. I caused this. My phone call accelerated everything. They left at 12:28, door closing, office empty again. I sat in bed holding the laptop. Coffee would have helped, but I couldn't move. Just sat there watching that empty office on screen. At 6, I called Walter. I screwed up. I tipped them off. He arrived 10 minutes later, bathrobe over sweatpants, slippers with little yellow ducks on them. Those slippers should have been funny, weren't. We watched the night's recording together at his kitchen table. Okay, Walter said finally. They're moving fast, so we move faster. Curtis Bell, today. And I've got a friend at the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office. Think Curtis can stop a listing? If you can prove you didn't know what you were signing 3 years ago, if you can show your son forged a power of attorney, yeah, he can stop it cold. I stared at my coffee. Thought about 2010. 3 weeks after the funeral, Kyle taking vacation to help me renovate my office. Paint in his hair, smiling. Dad, I know Mom did the books in here. I know it's hard, but you're not alone. I'll always be here. 15 years ago. That promise. My phone buzzed. Text from Kyle. Dad, the realtor's coming by at 9 a.m. to take photos. Just FYI, stay in your room if you don't want to be in the shots. Or maybe go out for breakfast. Walter read over my shoulder. He's telling you to get out of your own house, so they can stage it, make it look ready to sell, while you're still living there. I picked up my phone, opened the camera app, my office. Empty now, everything almost normal, except nothing was normal. I'm going to let them take their photos, I said. I'm going to smile at the realtor, be cooperative, maybe offer coffee. Why? Because they think I'm a confused old man who doesn't understand what's happening. I want them to keep thinking that, right up until Curtis walks into court with 40 pages of evidence. Walter grinned. Now you're thinking like an investigator. I never stopped, just forgot for 5 minutes yesterday. I stood. When we call Curtis at 8, tell him to clear his morning. This case is going to make his year. 8 o'clock, kitchen table, coffee going cold, Curtis Bell on speakerphone. Orville Griffin, haven't heard that name in 13 years. That insurance fraud case in Chandler, the guy faking paralysis. Who ran a marathon 3 months later? Good case. So, what can I do for you? My son forged a power of attorney to sell my house without my knowledge. Pause. Jesus, your son? And his wife. They plan to list it today. You have proof? Video of him admitting it. Audio recording, time-stamped, the forged document, his signature on other documents for comparison. This is good, very good. I can file a lis pendens by noon, freeze the property. Curtis paused. But Orv, between now and then, you can't contact your son. No threats, nothing that looks like witness tampering. Quiet. I already called him yesterday. What did you say? Asked if I should talk to a lawyer about the deed. Curtis sighed. Did you threaten him? No, just asked. Okay, not ideal, but okay. No more calls, no texts. You're the plaintiff now. Can you do that? Longer pause. I'm trying. 9 o'clock. Doorbell rang. I opened it. Big smile. You must be Mark. Kyle said you were coming. Please, come in. Can I get you coffee? Mark Palmer, 50s. Too much cologne. That's very kind, Mr. Griffin. We walked through my house. I played confused but friendly. Oh, Kyle's selling? I thought this was just photos for, what did he say, insurance? Mark looked uncomfortable but kept photographing. Can I ask you something? I said at the door. Of course. How much is Kyle listing it for? I think that's between you and your son. I'm just curious. Old man wondering what his house is worth. Mark shifted. Market value's around $850,000 for this area. Wow. I bought this place for $89,000 in 1984. Real estate's been good to Arizona. Hasn't it, though? I watched him drive away, then went to my office and opened my laptop. Net Detective Pro. Insurance Investigator Portal. My old login still saved. O. Griffin, Knights, DWORT 782. Clicked expecting error. Page loaded. Welcome back, Orville. Last login, 847 days ago. I smiled. They never delete anything. Kyle's credit report loaded first. 7 credit cards. All maxed. Total, 45,283. Recent charges, groceries, gas, normal stuff. Just regular desperation. Roxana's report took longer. Collections accounts, charged off cards. But only $15,000 in bank debt. Where was the other $165,000 hustlers? I'd worked insurance fraud in Vegas for 5 years in the 90s. I knew this pattern. Gambling debt, underground, no official records. 1 o'clock, I met Maria Gonzalez at Chase Bank. Hadn't seen her in 2 years. She looked the same. Sharp eyes, gray blazer. She slid a folder across the desk. This doesn't exist. I didn't pull this. We never met today. What folder? Maria smiled. There's the ORV I remember. Inside, transaction records, ATM withdrawals, deposit patterns. 2 years of transactions, Maria said. Mostly cash withdrawals from ATMs near casinos. $180,000 total, but look closer. I studied the pages. Large withdrawals followed by deposits. She's withdrawing $10K, then depositing $8K 3 days later. Not to her account. Third-party transfers. Company called GC Auto Services. Never heard of it. Owner is Gordon Cox, West Phoenix address. Officially an auto shop. Unofficially? She tapped the folder. I've seen this pattern. Loan sharking, bookmaking. You borrow for gambling, you pay back through legitimate business. So Roxana owes this Gordon money. About $180,000 worth. And ORV? Guys like Gordon Cox don't wait forever. 2:30, Starbucks on Mill Avenue, laptop open, untouched coffee beside me. Googled Gordon Cox Phoenix Auto Repair. Found it. GC Auto Services, 2847 W Van Buren. Saint reviews mentioned Gordon multiple times. Thanks for the help with my problem. Gordon came through when banks wouldn't. Code for bookmaking, 4 o'clock at Walter's house, his iPad between us. Her Facebook's pretty locked down, Walter said, scrolling. Keep looking, go back, before she met Kyle. How far? All the way. Walter scrolled. 2020, 2019, 2018. Lots of party photos. 2017, she's at a lake, Canyon Lake maybe, on a jet ski. Who's that with her? Let me click Gordon Cox. I leaned in. Gordon Cox, you're sure? That's what the tag says, June 2017. Comments saying, cute couple, and you guys are adorable. They were dating. 2 years before she met Kyle. Click on Gordon's profile. Private. Can't see anything except his picture. Same guy from the lake. Maria said Gordon Cox owns GC Auto Services, the bookmaking front. So your daughter-in-law used to date the man she now owes $180,000 to? Or she never stopped dating him? Walter looked up. You think this is a setup? I stood, started pacing. She meets Gordon 2017. They date, maybe run scams together. Then they see an opportunity. Kyle, nice guy, steady job, boring life. Has a father with a house worth $850,000. She married your son to get your house? She married him to get close to me, learn the family, figure out how to manipulate Kyle. I kept pacing. The gambling problem starts 2 years after the wedding. She starts losing money to Gordon, but she's not losing it. She's paying him for a cut of the final score. That's cold. That's multiple felonies. And if I can prove the Roxana Gordon connection, show this was premeditated, I trailed off. What? Then Kyle's a victim too, not just an accomplice. He didn't know he was part of a con. You going soft on him? No, he still forged my signature. But maybe there's a way to separate him from this. Let Roxana and Gordon take the fall. My phone rang. Screen showed Kyle. We stared at it. 3 rings, 4, 5, 6. I remembered Curtis's warning. No contact. No, I said. I'm not answering. The ringing stopped. Voicemail notification. 30 seconds later, text message. I picked up the phone. Read. My face went cold. What? Walter demanded. I turned the phone around. Dad, I need to talk to you. It's important. Gordon knows about the camera. 9 o'clock Tuesday morning. Curtis Bell's office. Glass desk, leather chairs, everything sharp and expensive. Curtis slid papers across to me. Sign here and here. Initial here. My pen didn't hesitate, moved across signature lines like I'd done it 1,000 times. Because I had. Depositions, insurance claims, evidence logs. This was just another document, except it wasn't. How long until they're served? I'll file electronically now. Process server delivers by 5. Curtis watched me sign the last page. Most people pause before suing family. I paused for 3 days. I'm done pausing. This is going to get ugly. It's already ugly. I'm making it official. Curtis took the papers, scanned them into his computer. 3 minutes later, filed. Maricopa County Superior Court case number 2025-012847. Griffin Veers Griffin. My son was now a defendant. 11 o'clock. I called Kyle from my kitchen. Dad, what's up? I was thinking we should have dinner tonight. Just family. I'll cook. Pause. Tonight? Unless you're busy. No, tonight's fine. What time? 6. Bring Roxana. Is everything okay? Everything's fine. Just want to see my son. That a crime? Nervous laugh. No, 6 o'clock. We'll be there. I hung up, stared at my phone. Liar, I thought. But which of us? Afternoon, I ordered Italian from Olive Garden, transferred everything to my own dishes, wiped sauce off edges. Martha Stewart would be proud or horrified. The things you learn from 35 years investigating fake accidents. Set the dining room table. 3 places. Wine bottle open to breathe. Nobody would drink it. Roxana too panicked. Kyle too shocked. Me needing steady hands. Most expensive bottle prop in history. Manila envelope on the kitchen counter. Inside, the Facebook photo. Roxana and Gordon, Canyon Lake, 2017. Bank statements showing $180K to GC Auto Services. Timeline of transactions. Everything documented, everything labeled. The trap was set. 6 o'clock. Doorbell rang. I opened it. Big smile. You must be right on time. Come in. Roxana brought flowers. Cheap grocery store wrap. Orville, you shouldn't have gone to all this trouble. No trouble at all. Nice to have family together. We sat. I served pasta. Made small talk. Weather. Kyle's job. The son's losing streak. All surface. All performance. They were good actors. Not good enough. Mid-meal. Casual as asking for salt. Roxana, how's Gordon doing these days? Her fork froze halfway to her mouth, hung there, then clattered against the plate. I'm sorry? Gordon Cox, your creditor and former boyfriend. Kyle looked confused. Dad, what are you talking about? I stood, walked to the kitchen, came back with the manila envelope, dropped it on the table. The photo slid out, spun slightly, stopped face up. Roxana on a jet ski in Gordon's lap, both grinning, young, happy, together. Kyle picked it up, stared. Rox, who is this? I pulled out bank statements, spread them across the table. These are your transactions, Roxana. $180,000 over 2 years, all to GC Auto Services, Gordon's business. Roxana stood, chair scraped loud on hardwood. You have no right. I have every right. You're trying to steal my house to pay your boyfriend. Kyle shuffled papers, hands shaking. 5,000, 10,000. What is GC Auto Services? Looked up at her. Rox, what is this? She's been lying to you, son. The gambling debt's real, but Gordon's not her creditor. He's her partner. Roxana grabbed her purse, started walking. Sit down. My voice went hard. Investigator voice. We're not finished. She kept walking, got to the doorway. The deed on this house, filed suit this morning, the power of attorney Kyle used, forged. I have video of him admitting it. Kyle went white, sat down hard. You... what? I pulled out my phone, found the video file, played 10 seconds. Their voices crystal clear through the speaker. The power of attorney he signed? That you forged 3 weeks ago, you mean? Stopped playback. That's 10 seconds. I have 90 minutes. Want more? You're bluffing, Roxana said. I held up the phone. Arizona's a one-party consent state. My house, my recording, perfectly legal. Curtis Bell already has copies. Kyle's voice came out strangled. Dad, I can fix this. We can... Fix what? The forgery? The fraud? The plan to dump me in a nursing home in Mesa for $1,200 a month? Roxana pulled at Kyle's arm. We're leaving. Now. Wait. Now, Kyle. They rushed out. Door slammed. Picture frame on the wall rattled. I stood there, alone. 3 plates of untouched pasta. Full wine bottle. Nobody ate anything. My hands started shaking. 5 minutes later, Walter came through the back door. Found me sitting at the table staring at Kyle's empty chair. You okay? I just destroyed my son. You stopped him from destroying you. Same thing. My voice cracked. First time the professional facade broke completely. Walter sat across from me. Breathe. Just breathe. I tried, Couldn't quite manage it. You did the right thing, Walter said quietly. Did I? That's my son. His face when he saw those bank statements. He didn't know. About Gordon. About any of it. Doesn't change what he did. I know, but... I looked at Kyle's chair again. He's still my son. We sat there, quiet, the pasta congealing on 3 plates. My phone buzzed. Text message. Unknown number. Area code 623. West Phoenix. Mr. Griffin, we should talk. About your daughter-in-law's debt. And other matters. Gordon Cox. I stared at the screen. Gordon, reaching out directly. Another buzz. Same number. Tomorrow, 2 p.m., my shop, 2847 W. Van Buren. Come alone. I think we can help each other. Help each other? What did that mean? Third buzz. Roxana doesn't know I'm contacting you. This stays between us. 2 p.m., Friday morning, day 8. Curtis called. Forensic examiner's report came back. The power of attorney's signature is definitively forged. So it's definitive. Beyond reasonable doubt. Expert compared it to 20 other documents. Pressure points wrong, angle wrong, hesitation marks. Kyle's looking at Class 4 felony, Arizona Revised Statute 13-2310. How long? Sentencing range is 1.5 to 3.75 years. First offense might get probation, but he might not. I sat at my kitchen table, coffee going cold in front of me. That's my son. I know, I'm sorry. Sunday I called Stan Morrison, old contact at Arizona Department of Insurance. Worked fraud cases together in the 90s. Stan, it's Orv Griffin. Orville, how long's it been? About 10 years. Listen, I need a favor. My daughter-in-law. I think she's been collecting benefits while working under the table. Pause. That's welfare fraud. You know that's a felony. I know. You sure about this? She's trying to steal my house. I need every angle. Give me her details. I'll run it through AHC-CCS. Thanks, Stan. Orv, this is your family. You sure you want to go this far? I looked at the surveillance footage still open on my laptop. Roxana and Kyle plotting in my office. She made it this far. I'm just finishing what she started. Tuesday, day 12. Maricopa County Superior Court. Preliminary hearing. I sat in the gallery, Kyle and Roxana at the defendant's table with their lawyer. Young guy, badly fitting suit, sweating already. Curtis presented the Elias pendants, forged POA, video evidence. Judge Jennifer Ramirez reviewed everything on her computer. Didn't look up when she spoke. The evidence is compelling. Lis pendens remains in effect. This property cannot be sold pending trial. Full hearing in 60 days. Bang of gavel. Kyle's head dropped. Roxana gripped the armrest so hard her knuckles went white. In the hallway after, Kyle approached me. Dad, can we talk? Curtis stepped away. Kyle and I stood there, courthouse marble cold under our feet. This is really happening, Kyle said. You forged my signature, tried to sell my house. Yes, it's really happening. I didn't know about Gordon, about their history, I swear. But you knew you were forging my signature. Those parts you knew. He couldn't meet my eyes. Yeah, those parts I knew. Silence. Why, Kyle? Because I was scared. Gordon's people were threatening rocks. She had bruises. She was crying every night. I thought if we got the money, it would stop. You thought stealing from your father would make you free? I thought saving my wife would. Long pause. Courthouse sounds echoed around us. Other people's cases, other families falling apart. She's not who you think she is, I said. I'm starting to figure that out. Day 15. Friday night, 2 a.m, I couldn't sleep. Checked the camera feed from my phone in bed. Office lights were on. I grabbed the laptop, opened the feed. Roxana sat at my desk, alone. How did she get in? She wasn't searching files, just sitting. Phone in hand, she dialed. Speakerphone. Gordon, please, I need more time. His voice came through tinny. Time? You've had 2 years. Now your father-in-law is suing and the house is frozen. I can fix it. How? The judge isn't going to unfreeze that property. You're done. Give me a month, 1 month. You have 2 weeks. After that, I collect from Kyle. Her voice went panicked. What does that mean? It means Kyle's got hands, legs, things I can break until you find my money. Don't hurt him, please. He doesn't deserve this. Then get me my money. 2 weeks. Tick-tock. He hung up. She sat there, phone in lap, sobbing. Then she touched my desk lamp, my coffee mug, the framed photo of Kyle as a child. Her hand lingered on it. She whispered something. I turned up the volume. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I saved the recording. Sat there in bed, 3 a.m, watching a woman cry in my office. Day 16. Something made me dig deeper. Not financial this time. Personal. Google search. Roxana Walker, Gamblers Anonymous. Found meeting records. Phoenix chapter 2021. 4 years ago. Right after she married Kyle. She really went. Wasn't faking. Phoenix New Times article from 2021. RW34 says she's trying to rebuild after losing $50,000 in 2 years. I want my marriage to work, she says. RW Roxana Walker. Before she became Roxana Griffin. She tried. 4 years ago, she really tried. What happened? Gordon happened. Walter came over that evening, found me at the kitchen table, laptop open, coffee cold. You look like hell. Feel like it too. Court went well. You're winning. Then why don't I feel like I'm winning? Because it's your son. I watched surveillance last night. Roxana in my office, 2 a.m, crying, begging Gordon for more time. Good, let them turn on each other. Walt, she was really crying, not fake, just broken. So maybe she's sick, addicted, being controlled by Gordon. Walter leaned back. You're making excuses for her. I'm trying to figure out what's true. You know what's true? She called you the old man, planned to dump you in a nursing home. That's true. I know. Quiet. But she went to Gamblers Anonymous in 2021, tried to quit, wanted to be normal, and then went back to Gordon, chose the con over recovery, chose your house over honesty. I stared at the GA records on screen. She tried once. Once isn't enough. Day 20, Friday, Stan Morrison called. Investigation completed. They're filing charges, welfare fraud, class 6 felony. She'll be served Monday. Thanks, Stan. I hung up, sat at the kitchen table. 2 felonies now. Kyle's forgery, Roxana's fraud. I built this, stone by stone. My phone buzzed. Text from my daughter Gwen in Portland. Dad, Kyle just called me. He's crying. Says you're suing him. Says he might go to prison. What's going on? My hands shook. I hadn't told Gwen any of this. Didn't want to worry her. Another text. Dad, please, I'm worried. Call me. I typed, we'll call tomorrow. Everything's fine. Sent it. Immediately regretted it. Nothing was fine. Third text. Kyle says Roxana's sick, gambling addiction. He says they needed money for treatment. Is that true? Treatment. Kyle told Gwen they needed money for treatment. I looked at the GA records. She tried treatment. 4 years ago. Free treatment. Didn't cost $180,000. The money went to Gordon for debts, for the con. But maybe Kyle didn't know that. Maybe Kyle really believed his wife needed help. Maybe Kyle was a victim too. Fourth text. Dad, I'm flying home this weekend. We need to talk. I love you. She was coming. My daughter. Coming home to what? A war zone? Another ping? Camera alert? Someone in the office. I walked to the kitchen, opened the laptop. Kyle stood in my office, alone. How did he still have a key? He wasn't searching, just standing, looking at the desk, at the bookshelf where the camera was hidden. Then he looked directly at it, like he knew, like he'd always known, and mouthed words. I'm sorry, Dad. I sat there, laptop open, my son apologizing to a camera he knew was watching. The surveillance footage from 2 weeks ago replayed in my head. Roxana's voice. The old man. Then the footage from last night. Her crying, I'm sorry. Then Kyle tonight. I'm sorry, Dad. Everyone was sorry. Everyone was breaking. Everyone was caught. And I'd caught them all. Victory felt like ashes. Sunday afternoon, day 22. Curtis called. They filed a countersuit and ORV. It's bad. I sat at my kitchen table, laptop open. What's the angle? They're claiming you have dementia. Long pause. They're what? Age-related cognitive decline. You didn't understand what you signed 3 years ago. Now you're fabricating stories due to the paranoid delusions. Paranoid delusions. The hidden cameras, the surveillance, Gordon Cox. They're painting you as a confused old man imagining things. I have video, 90 minutes of them admitting everything, which they claim doesn't exist or you've misinterpreted. Look, it's desperation, but the judge has to take it seriously. You're 68. She'll order an evaluation. A psychiatric evaluation. Yes, I laughed. No humor in it. My son is going to have me examined to prove I'm crazy. To prove you're not crazy, which you'll do. Easy. That's not the point. Monday evening, day 23. I walked 3 houses down. Knocked on the Morrisons' door. Chuck answered. Oh, hey Orville. I held up the affidavit printout. You signed this? He went pale. Linda appeared behind him. Chuck, who is it? She saw me, saw the paper, tried to close the door, my foot in the doorway. $500? That's what my son paid you to lie about me. Neither answered. I walked away. Tuesday morning, day 24. Curtis's office. Emergency meeting. Curtis slammed the investigator's report on his desk. They paid convicted fraudsters to commit more fraud. What kind of lawyer advises this? A desperate one, or stupid, maybe both. This is going to backfire spectacularly. That's what I'm counting on. Curtis leaned forward. But Orv, there's something worse. Kyle's asking to be appointed your guardian. What? If the court believes the dementia claim, they appoint a guardian. Kyle volunteered, which would give him control of your finances, medical decisions, property, everything. I sat back, understanding. This isn't defense. No, it's their new path to the same goal. If they win, they get everything, legally. Friday morning, day 27, sister. Harold Wilson's office. Scottsdale Medical Plaza, clinical, professional, leather chairs, certificates on walls. Dr. Wilson, 62, gray beard, calm voice. Standard cognitive assessment, memory tests, problem solving. Nothing to worry about if you're cognitively sound. I'm not worried, but I was. Not about passing, about the indignity. What year is it? 2025. Count backwards from 100 by sevens. 100, 93, 86, 79, 72. Good. Draw a clock showing 3:30. I drew it. Perfect circle. Perfect spacing. Perfect hands. He examined it, made notes. You're scoring above 95th percentile for your age. I worked fraud investigation 35 years. Memory and detail were my job. Your son's lawyer mentioned hidden cameras. Can you explain? I explained, methodically, chronologically, timestamps, technical details. Pulled out my phone, showed the app. Wi-Fi enabled, motion activated, uploads to cloud. Bought on eBay 2015 for $89. He wrote extensively. That's remarkably detailed. It happened, all of it. Would you like to see the footage? That won't be necessary. He paused. Mr. Griffin, I have to ask. Do you understand how this sounds? Like paranoid delusions. I understand. That's why my son's using it. But I have evidence. Video, audio, financial records, forensic analysis. The court found it compelling. I see. Doctor, I spent 35 years catching frauds. I know the difference between suspicion and proof. This isn't paranoia. This is investigation. Long pause. He reviewed notes. Your account is extraordinarily detailed. Your memory is exceptional. Your reasoning is sound. I'm not seeing evidence of cognitive impairment. Then we're done? One more question. How do you feel about this countersuit? How do I feel? Yes, emotionally. Betrayed, angry, hurt, and honestly, impressed. Takes real creativity to accuse someone of being crazy when you're committing felonies. Terrible strategy that'll fail, but you have to admire the audacity. He almost smiled. That's a very rational response. Saturday afternoon, day 28. Curtis's office, results. Curtis slid the report across his desk. Congratulations, you're officially sane, I read. Cognitive function significantly above average. Nice. Better than nice. This torpedoes their case. Judge Ramirez is dismissing with prejudice. The DA is investigating the witnesses. I had to take a test to prove my mind works. And you passed. Curtis, do you understand what they tried to do? Win their case? Make me legally incompetent. Kyle asked to be my guardian. If they'd won, he'd control everything. While I sat there fully aware but legally powerless. Curtis went quiet. I know, that's why I fought it. He was going to erase me, not kill me, make me exist but not exist. But he failed. I shouldn't have had to prove anything. Sunday evening, day 29, my kitchen, dark. I hadn't turned on lights. Walter came through the back door, found me at the table, report in front of me. Why are you sitting in the dark? Didn't notice. He flipped the switch. I flinched. You won. Why aren't you celebrating? He tried to have me declared insane, paid people to lie, tried to take away my legal autonomy, and failed, spectacularly. That's not the point. Then what is? He looked at me and thought, I can erase him. I can make him legally non-existent. That's what he thought of me. Walter sat. You're right. I looked up. What? I said you're right. This crossed a line. So what do I do? Maybe it's time to separate Kyle from Roxana, show him who's really destroying his life. You think he'll listen? Give him one chance. If he still chooses her after, then he deserves what's coming. My phone buzzed. Text message. Unknown number. Area code 663. I opened it. Video file. 18 seconds. Red Roof Inn parking lot. Security camera footage. 2 people getting out of a car. Roxana. Clear as day. The man opened the motel door. Turned. Gordon Cox. They went inside. Timestamp. Today. 6:47 p.m. 2 hours ago. Message below. Thought you should know what your daughter-in-law does on Sunday nights. Check the hallway camera. Password. Justice 2025. A friend. Below that, a URL. Someone else was watching Roxana. Someone with cameras. Someone giving me access. What is it? Walter asked. I turned the phone around. He read. Whistled. Well, this just got interesting. I clicked the link. Login portal loaded. Typed, Justice 2025 motel hallway appeared. Live feed, room 237 visible, door closed. Caption at bottom, watch what happens at 9 p.m. Bring Kyle if you want. He should see this. I checked my watch. 8:43 p.m. Grabbed my car keys. Where are you going? Walter asked. To see what happens at 9 spoof. I'm coming. 20-minute drive. Red Roof Inn, Interstate 10, shabby place, neon sign flickering. We pulled into the parking lot at 8:58. I parked where I could see room 237, second floor, exterior corridor. Walter's truck pulled up beside me. He got into my passenger seat. What are we watching? I don't know yet. My phone showed the hallway feed. Same view as in person. Reality and surveillance overlapping. 9 p.m. Door 237 opened. Gordon stepped out. Tall, fit, 45, confident, lit a cigarette, leaned on the railing. 30 seconds later, Roxana appeared, wearing a hotel robe. They were comfortable, intimate. Roxana laughed at something Gordon said. He pulled her close. They kissed, long, passionate, the kiss of people who are together. Not secretly. Together? Are you recording this? I asked. Walter held up his phone. Every second. Walter reached into his truck, pulled out a parabolic microphone. From my surveillance days, still works. He pointed it at them. Their voices came through. Gordon, 2 more weeks, then we're done with this. Roxana, if the old man doesn't screw it up. Gordon, he's 68. How much fight does he have left? Roxana laughed. More than I thought, but Kyle's handling him. Gordon, Kyle's not handling anything. Kyle's useless. My hands tightened on the steering wheel. More audio. Roxana, when we finally sell, what do we tell Kyle? Gordon, you tell him the money went to your debts, all $850,000. Show him fake receipts. Roxana, and he'll believe it? Gordon, he's believed everything so far, that you're a gambling addict, that you love him. He's an idiot. Roxana, he is, but he's useful. His dad's house was worth 3 years of pretending. Gordon, worth it for your cut? Roxana, for $400,000? Yeah. You're getting all this? I whispered. Walter nodded. Phone still recording. Gordon, what about Kyle's dad? Once we get the money? Roxana, there's a place in Mesa. Stick him there, change his address, disappear. Gordon, and Kyle? Roxana, what about him? Gordon, you just gonna leave? Roxana, we'll be in Mexico. New names, let Kyle figure it out. They both laughed. I sat there, recording Kyle's betrayal, recording Kyle being betrayed. My son didn't know. Thought he was saving his wife, really helping her run a con on everyone, including himself. Back home, 11:06 p.m., I uploaded the recording 3 places: cloud storage, USB drive, Curtis's server, triple backup. Evidence doesn't disappear. I texted the unknown number. "Who are you?" Response came immediately. "Someone who knows what Gordon does to families." "Why help me?" Long pause, then, "My sister. He ran the same con, convinced her boyfriend to steal from his parents. She never recovered." "Where is she now?" Another pause. "Gone, 3 years ago, pills." "I'm sorry." "Don't be sorry, be vicious. That's the only language Gordon understands." "Who are you really?" "Call me Justice. The camera passwords are yours. Use them. Destroy him." No further responses. Monday morning, day 30, 6 o'clock, kitchen table, laptop, open. Playing the footage on loop, Roxana laughing, planning, calling Kyle an idiot, coffee going cold beside me, again. I was good at that. 8 o'clock, I called Gwen in Portland, 6 her time, her voice groggy. "Dad, it's 6 a.m. What's wrong?" "I have evidence about Roxana, about Kyle. Need to know what to do." "What kind of evidence?" I told her. The motel, the recording, the plan. Silence. "Gwen? Does Kyle know?" Her voice thick. "No, that's why I'm calling. Do I show him?" "Show him." "He tried to have me declared insane. I know what he did. But Dad, if Roxana's been lying to him this whole time, he deserves to know." "Why? So he can feel sorry for himself?" Gwen was crying. "Because he is a victim. He's an idiot and guilty and hurt you. But he's also being used. And he's my brother. Our brother. I stopped thinking of him as my son. No, you didn't. If you had, you wouldn't be calling me. You just used the evidence. You're calling because you still love him." Long pause. "I hate that you're right. Show him the video. Give him one chance. If he sees what Roxana is and still chooses her, then you know. But if he doesn't know, what if he doesn't believe me? Then you tried, and you can stop wondering what if. When did you get so wise? I learned from my dad. The one who taught me justice isn't just about being right. It's about doing right. 1 o'clock, Starbucks on Mill Avenue. I arrived early. Corner table, tablet face down, video queued, ordered coffee, didn't drink it. Door opened, 1 p.m. Kyle walked in, looked around, saw me. Approached slowly, sat. I didn't say hello, just slid the tablet across. "Watch this." "What is it?" "Your wife, last night. Just watch." I pressed play, turned it toward him. Parking lot appeared, Roxana and Gordon. The kiss, Kyle's face drained white. "Where did you—" "Keep watching." Audio played. Gordon and Roxana discussing the plan. Kyle's hands started shaking. Roxana's voice. "He's believed everything else. That I'm a gambling addict. That I love him." Kyle's breathing got faster. Gordon's voice. 3 years married to an idiot." Roxana laughing. "Worth it for my cut." The video ended. 18 minutes. Silence. Kyle stared at the blank screen. "Did you know?" I asked. He whispered. "No." "Did you know they were still together?" "No." "Did you know she was planning to keep all the money?" Kyle looked up, eyes red. "No, I swear I didn't know." "Look at me. Tell me you didn't know." He met my eyes. "I didn't know. I thought I was helping her. She said Gordon was threatening her, that we needed money to pay him off, to be free. There is no marriage. There never was. She married you to get my house." Kyle laughed, broken sound. "I'm the idiot. She's right." "Yes, you are, but you're also my son." He looked up, surprised. "After everything?" "After everything, which brings us to now. You have a choice." "What choice?" "You can go down with her, take the forgery charges, conspiracy, all of it. Go to prison while she disappears to Mexico with Gordon. Or you cooperate, testify against her and Gordon. Curtis thinks he can get you a plea deal, probation, no prison." "Why would you do that for me?" "Because Gwen asked, because you're an idiot but not a criminal mastermind, because I realized you're a victim too." Kyle was crying. "I loved her. I really loved her." "I know. She never loved me. The whole thing was a con. Yes. Kyle wiped his eyes. What do you need me to do? We stood. Kyle handed back the tablet. Dad, thank you for showing me. Don't thank me yet. You've got a long road. And Kyle, if you screw this up, if you go back to her, I won't give you another chance. I won't, I swear. Let's go. Parking lot. We walked to our cars, Kyle's 2 rows over. Curtis's office is downtown. Follow me. Kyle nodded. You're going to get through this. It's going to be hard, but you'll survive. Will I? Everything I thought was real wasn't. You're not a lie. You're still here, and you're about to do the right thing. That counts. We got in separate cars. I backed out, checked rear view. Kyle's car wasn't moving. I waited, called him. You okay? Yeah, just needed a minute. Take your time. Dad, after this is over, will you still be my dad? Or did I destroy that? I gripped the wheel. Long pause. I don't know. Ask me when it's over. Okay, fair. Kyle, start your car. Follow me. Okay. His car started, pulled out, following. My phone rang. Unknown number, different area code. 480, Scottsdale. I answered. Griffin? Woman's voice. Professional. Mr. Griffin, Detective Sarah Morrison, Scottsdale Police, Financial Crimes. We need to talk about Gordon Cox. What about him? We've been building a case 18 months. Money laundering, loan sharking. We understand you have surveillance footage. Red Roof Inn, room 237. How do you know that? Someone who wants Gordon in federal prison. Someone who's been helping us. Someone called Justice. My breath caught. You're testifying in civil case. That's fine. But we're preparing criminal charges. Federal, RICO, 20 years minimum. What do you need? Everything you have, all evidence, all recordings, and you need to keep quiet. If Gordon finds out, he'll run. My son is cooperating, testifying against Roxana and Gordon. Good. But Mr. Griffin? Your son needs to be very careful. Gordon doesn't tolerate witnesses. He has people. Are you threatening my son? I'm warning you. You're in the middle of a federal investigation. The stakes just got higher. In the rear view, Kyle's car followed, oblivious, about to testify, about to become a target. We'll send an agent to Curtis's office this afternoon. You need to talk to us first. Understood. Thank you. Gordon's destroyed a lot of families. We're going to stop him. She hung up. I drove. Kyle following. Federal investigation. RICO. 20 years. This wasn't ending in probation. This was ending in federal prison. For everyone. Tuesday morning, day 31. Curtis's conference room. Kyle sat across from FBI agent Sarah Morrison, Assistant DA Rebecca Hayes, and Curtis. Sign here. Kyle's hand shook. Pen hovered over paper. Cooperation agreement. Testimony against Roxana and Gordon in exchange for probation. He looked at me. I nodded. He signed. Each stroke of pen felt like betrayal. But Roxana had betrayed him first. Good. Agent Morrison produced a small device. Recording equipment, fits in your shirt pocket, looks like a phone. Kyle stared at it. You'll meet them Friday at Gordon's shop. Tell them you want to know the exact plan. Get them talking about the money, the house, what happens to your father. Kyle's voice barely worked. I can do it. He can do it, I said. Days 31 through 34. Kyle stayed at my house. Couldn't go home. Roxana would notice something wrong. He slept in his old bedroom. Walls still had high school posters. 42-year-old man in 17-year-old's room. We didn't talk much. Coffee? Yeah, thanks. Not father and son yet, but not enemies. Something tentative, something new. Friday, day 34, 2 o'clock. GC Auto Services. I sat in a surveillance van 2 blocks away. Agent Morrison beside me, headphones on. Through the wire, Kyle's breathing, rapid, nervous. Car door slam, footsteps, bell chime. Hey, it's me, Roxana's voice. Kyle, you're late. Gordon. Come to the office. We need to talk. I listened to 20 minutes of conversation, Kyle following the script, asking questions, getting them talking. Gordon. Simple. We get $850. I take $400 for the debt and my services. You two split the rest. Roxana cut in. Actually, I get $400. You get $450. Kyle gets whatever's left after expenses. Gordon laughed. Kyle doesn't need to know the real numbers. We show him receipts. Kyle's voice shook. And my dad, Roxana, Mesa Community Care, $1,200 a month. He'll last maybe a year, 2 tops at his age. My hands gripped the armrest, knuckles white. Gordon got suspicious. You seem nervous. I'm always nervous around you. Why? We're partners. Are we? Or am I just useful until I'm not? Roxana, sharp. Kyle, what's this about? I need to know I'm not expendable. Gordon, you're not expendable yet. They laughed. Kyle didn't. He left 10 minutes later. Got enough. Saturday morning, day 35. Curtis's office. Kyle handed over the device. Agent Morrison downloaded immediately. We listened. When Roxana said maybe a year, 2 tops, my jaw clenched. When Gordon said Kyle doesn't need to know, Kyle put his head in his hands. Agent Morrison, we have everything. Conspiracy, fraud, elder abuse. We moved Tuesday morning, dawn raids. Tuesday, day 38, 6 in the morning. I stood at my living room window, coffee in hand, sun not up yet. Then, 3 police cars, lights off. Pulling up quietly. 2 at Roxana's house, 3 doors down. Officers approached, knocked, waited, knocked louder. Door opened. Roxana in bathrobe, confused, saw the badge, tried to close the door. Officer's foot blocked it, handcuffs out. From my window I watched her fight, not physically, verbally, mouth moving, yelling, officers calm, professional. They turned her around, cuffs clicked. She looked around, for Kyle, for escape, saw neighbors emerging with phones, filming, saw me in my window. Our eyes met. Hers, fury, mine, nothing, empty. They walked her to the cruiser, loaded her in, door closed, over. 20 minutes later, Walter called. Gordon's in custody, tried to run, made it to his truck before they tackled him. I hung up, felt nothing, thought I'd feel triumph, vindication, felt hollow instead. Kyle sat at my kitchen table, silent, watching his father watch the arrest. Is it over? For them, yes. For you, depends on what you do next. I don't know what to do. Nobody does. That's normal. By 8, the news vans arrived. Neighbors knocked. I didn't answer. Closed curtains. Sat in dark living room. Victory. This was victory. Felt like loss. Kyle walked past. Didn't say anything. Just walked. Back and forth. Processing. I sipped cold coffee. Again. Always cold. The arrests happened. I won. They lost. Why didn't it feel like winning? My phone buzzed. Gwen, news is showing arrests. Are you okay? I typed, I'm fine. Deleted it. Typed, I will be. Sent. Looked at my reflection in the darkened TV screen. 68, looked older, lines deeper, thinner, victory aged me, got my house. Lost something else. Something I couldn't name. Outside, the street emptied. Police gone. News vans gone. Neighbors inside. Normal Tuesday. Except nothing was normal. Kyle stood in the doorway. Thank you for giving me a chance. Don't thank me yet. You've got a long road. I know, but still, thank you. I nodded. Couldn't speak, just nodded. He walked away, back to his old room, his temporary room. I sat in the dark, coffee cold, victory hollow, but mine, undeniably mine. That had to be enough? 3 months later, May, Thursday morning, Maricopa County Superior Court, sentencing hearing. Roxana led in wearing orange, hands cuffed. 4 months in jail made her thinner, paler. Won't look at Kyle or me. Judge Ramirez. How does defendant plead? Her lawyer. Guilty, Your Honor, as per plea agreement. Sentencing recommendation. D.A. Hayes. 4 years, Arizona Department of Corrections. Judge reviewed file, looked at Roxana. Anything to say? I'm sorry. Voice small, nothing like the woman from the motel recording. 4 years, credit for time served, restitution as determined by civil court. Gavel, done. Next day, Gordon got 8 years federal. I didn't attend, didn't need to. Kyle got probation, 2 years, 500 hours community service, full restitution. Everyone sentenced, everyone processed, justice served. Week later, mail arrived, official envelope, deed to house, property recorded in my name, Orville James Griffin. I held it. This was what I fought for. Stared at it 10 minutes. Should feel victorious. Felt tired, just tired. Put it in drawer. Same drawer where forged POA was. Different document, same drawer. Walter visited. Kyle's living in extended stay motel, Apache Boulevard. $900 a month, working day labor, 12 an hour. He's broke. Good. You sure about that? I won. He lost. That's justice. That's revenge. Justice is different. Tuesday evening, doorbell. Kyle stood at bottom of my porch steps, thinner, tired. Work clothes from temp site. Didn't come up. Dad, I'm not asking for forgiveness. I don't deserve it. But I wanted you to know I was an idiot. I let myself be used. I hurt you, and I'll live with that every day. I looked at him, saw a 42-year-old failure, saw a 7-year-old learning to ride bike. Both, always both. Come inside. I'm not here to... I know, come in anyway. He climbed steps, entered house, first time since arrests, stood in living room like guest. Sit. He sat. You're broke. Yes. Living in motel. Yes. Working day labor. Yes. That's sustainable? No, but it's what I have. Long silence. I'll help you. Once. Not because you deserve it. Because you're my son, and I watched Roxana destroy you, and I'm tired of being angry. Kyle started crying. You'll get a real job. Pay me back every cent, plus interest. Monthly payments like probation. Miss one, we're done. Lie once, we're done. Understood? Yes, thank you. Don't thank me. Prove you're worth it. Next day, Gwen flew in, hugged Kyle. He broke down. She held him. You're my brother. You're an idiot, but you're my brother. That night she said, we should have dinner. All of us. Family. I hesitated. It's been over a year. We need this. Okay? Thursday, my dining room, 5 places. Gwen cooked pasta. Walter brought wine. Kyle brought nothing. We sat. Awkward. Nobody knew what to say. Walter raised his glass. To Orville, only man I know who documented his way to victory. I didn't beat anyone. They beat themselves. I just recorded it. Dad, take the compliment. We laughed. Small, fragile, but real. Gwen, to family, whatever that means now. We drank. Pasta tasted good. Conversation stilted but present. We were trying. That counted. Month later, June, mail came. Arizona State Prison return address from Roxana. I opened it, handwritten. Orville, I know you hate me. I deserve that. I destroyed your life, Kyle's life, my own. I'm in therapy here. Gamblers Anonymous, facing what I did. Maybe in 4 years I'll be different. Maybe not. But I wanted you to know I'm sorry for everything. I read it twice, felt nothing, then something. Not forgiveness, acknowledgement. Tore letter in half. Half went in trash. Other half, I paused, walked to the desk, opened drawer, saw deed, my house, my victory. Placed torn half letter next to deed. Victory and apology together. Closed drawer, didn't analyze. Some things don't need explanation. Went to kitchen, poured coffee, hot this time. Actually drank it. Stood at window, looked at yard. Grass needed mowing. Normal problems. His house, his grass, his life. Phone rang. Gwen. Hey Dad, just checking in. I'm good. Really? Yeah, really. For the first time in months, I think I actually am. Good. Love you. Love you too. Hung up. Looked out window. 6 months earlier, I'd watch police cars take away my daughter-in-law. Watch my son's life collapse. Watch my own reflection in the glass. Old, thin, exhausted. Today, still old, still thin, but different. Kyle made first payment yesterday. $550, small bills, money earned. It's all there, he'd said. I trust you, I'd answered. New words, new trust. Maybe it wouldn't last. Maybe he'd fail again. But maybe not. I won my house, lost my innocence about family, got justice, paid with my health and time. The victory aged me, changed me, cost me. But standing at my window, coffee hot in my hands, grass needing mowing, life continuing, I realized something. I'd do it again. Not because it felt good, because it was necessary. Some things are worth fighting for, even if the fight changes you. My house, my autonomy, my dignity, worth it. I sipped coffee, watched my yard, made mental note, mow lawn tomorrow, normal life, expensive peace, hard-won rest, not happy, not yet, but maybe someday. And that was enough. If you like this story, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share your impressions of this story in the comments. To listen to the next story, click on the box on the left. Thank you for watching.